Hello and welcome to another video of Microsoft Fabric, and in today's video we will discuss how can we implement RLS or row level security on Microsoft Fabric custom semantic models. Custom semantic model UI has a RLS option, but the challenge is if we want to implement that is only going to secure our semantic model. It's not going to secure the underlying data which user can view from the lakehouse or the warehouse. So we need to find out a way that user should not get an access to lakehouse or warehouse, but still he should or she should be able to see a secure data using the custom semantic model. And this is what we are going to discover today. Now to understand the challenge, let me first of all showcase you a picture. Now let's understand what happens in today's world. When you actually go ahead and try to give user access through a custom data set, and let's say try to implement the RLS, the user will be able to see secure data in a Power BI report. But if we are using a SSO in single sign-on on the data warehouse or on the lakehouse, which is connected to this semantic model, then the user will need to have an access to this data warehouse or the lakehouse. In such cases, we may have to give read data access to lakehouse or warehouse, and our RLS implementation may not work as required because if the user is aware of SQL endpoint, they can go back and see the complete data. For that, we have an option, something known as an identity login. Now, if you search for the Direct Lake documentation, it do talk about identity verification. So let me go ahead and quickly showcase you this document which talks about that, and then we're going to implement that, and I'm also going to provide you the link of this document inside the description. If you search for the Direct Lake, you will get this document which talks about the Direct Lake, and inside that if you scroll down you have a specify fixed identity. Now when you use specify fixed identity, that is the time when you will be able to disconnect your data set from your lakehouse using the SSO. It means the user is not going to require the single sign-on on that. But you have to go to your semantic model settings. You will have this kind of a single sign-on. Then you need to open it, and there is an option for custom. You need to create a new connection using a fixed identity or service principal. And you don't have to check on this use SSO login via AD. You don't have to check that. And then you have to use that particular connection. This will break the SSO link and use a fixed identity to query your data from semantic model. Now semantic model is querying using some other identification which is not SSO login. Now I can secure the semantic model. Now what I need to make sure the other users which are going to use this, or typically the viewers of the workspace, has not been given an access on the lake houses and warehouses, and once they don't have an access to lake house or warehouse, they will definitely not be able to see the data on those lake houses and warehouses. So let's see this in action on Microsoft Fabric, and to go to that I will use the app.powerbi.com. I am at app.powerbi.com, and here I have already opened a workspace, but let me tell you how to open a workspace. So you can click on the workspaces on the left hand side, and from there you can choose the workspace you want. I am using 01ZA Fabric workspace, and in this workspace, if I go to manage access, you can see I am the only one having access to this one. I'm the owner and the admin. Now in this workspace, I do have a warehouse, warehouse 01, which actually I wanted to use for today's demo. So let me open warehouse 01 first of all. And as you can see, I have few tables like customer, date, geography, items, sales, and I would like to create a custom semantic model on top of it. I want to create a report and would like the other users to have access to it. The thing which I don't want to give access to this particular workspace which is owning this. So let me showcase you one more workspace which I have is 01 report with no access is the workspace which I wanted to use. Now this workspace as of now is blank, And if I look at the manage access, I am the only one having permission on this workspace also. So let me go ahead back to the 01 fabric workspace, and from here I'll again go to warehouse 01, and now I'll go to the model. From the below I have an option for model. I click on the model below. Post that on the top I'll get an option for reporting, and in the reporting I have an option for new semantic model, or what we call as custom semantic model. So I'm going to create a one. Let me call it as RLS model, and I would like to select a few tables for that. I'm creating it in the same workspace, and let me remove this test one. I selected all the tables. I've removed the test one from it. So brand RLS, customer, date, geography, item, and sales. And this is the common model which I'm using. If you're watching my videos, this is the perfect star schema model which I have. I am keep on using this. And I have a RLS brand table which the current user having access to all 13. Anyway, it doesn't matter, it's the admin of the workspace. And the other user which I'm going to use having only access to 5 brands that we have to test. Let me click on confirm. Sometimes if you don't see the table, you can use this refresh icon to get the other tables. Let me click on confirm. Once I click on the confirm, it will create a new semantic model, and I need to create the relationship into that semantic model. I can also create measures, RLS, major calculations into the new custom semantic model. So new custom semantic model has been created. Let me bring in the sales table into the middle. And now I have the sales table and item, geography, date, and customer all around. Let me go ahead and create the relationship. As you are watching the channel for some time, you are aware what kind of relationship we have. So customer ID to customer ID, many to one, sales to customer. That relationship is okay with us. Same way, I'm going to create the relationship between the city IDs. Let me also create the relationship between the date. So I'm going to create with the sales date and the date table. Again, many to one, single directional. I'm going to create a relationship with the item table, item ID joining with item ID. Now, brand RLS is the table which is going to join on the brand with item, which the relationship is going to be many to many, because both the side the uh, data exists more than multiple times, and the filter would be single brand RLS filters items. I can use both directional and use apply the security filter in both direction, but we'll start with the single directional filter with brand RLS filtering the items, and we'll see later if we need any changes to it. So my model is being created. It is in the same workspace, and we will need to go ahead and check the other user have a access to it or not. But before that, let me go ahead and create a report on this. I'll create a new report. In this report, I'll drag brand and quantity from the sales. So item brand and quantity sales, very simple report I've created. Let me save this report, and this report I would like to save to 01 report with no access, and let me call it as report security report RLS, and let me save this. Let me go ahead and make sure that the report RLS access has this report. It's giving me the data. Let me go back to the same workspace, and let me make sure that I give the access to the other user. So manage access, and I have given the access to the other user now as a viewer access. Now let me go back to that particular user on to whom I have given access. Only viewer access has been given to the report right now. And let me open the workspace no access report here for him, and I can see this report. But if I go down, you see that I don't have a permission to see the data of this report. Let's try again, because you don't have permission to underlying data set. Now let's go back to the other place, and I'm on the other window, and let me go to 01 ZA Fabric workspace, manage access. Don't have access for the other user, but let's go to our RLS semantic model. So let me filter on the semantic models, not the default one, the other semantic model. I'll go to the RLS model. I'll click on the three dots. Inside the three dots, I'll click on manage permissions. And here I would like to add that particular user. I'll uncheck all of them and just use that particular user and grant the access. Now I've granted the access, only read access to that particular user. And now let me go back here and click on the report. Now you can see the report, the model access is there, but you don't have access to the lake. Now let's go back. So what I would like to do now here is let me try the identity authentication here. So I'll go to the workspace, GA10 fabric. I'll go to this RLS model. I'll click on the three dots of it and I'll go to the setting of this workspace. Inside this one, I'll go to the gateway and connections. So in the setting of RLS model, semantic model, I went to gateway and connection, and there is an option of single sign-on. I'm going to go down on that list of value and use create connection. I'll go ahead and create a new connection. I'll name this connection as RLS con1. I'll not change the server detail, but in authentication, I'll use OAuth2. I'll click on edit credentials. I'll choose the login which is having access to this particular lake. Rest of the option I leave. I don't have to check SSO, that I have to remember, and click on create. It will put me back to the same location. I go to the gateway and connection again and I'll choose RLS con1. Now it is showing that and I'll click on apply. I'll go back to the new workspace where I have the report and check does that report is still work. And let me check is this report is still working or not. So this report is working here. Let's click on the refresh icon and check it out. Okay, so this report is working. Let's go to the other user and let's see is this user able to access this report or not. So this report continued not to work, but what I have done is basically I have applied the RLS and reverted it. And if I come here now, as you can see, this user is able to see the complete data. Let me showcase you the setup which I still have to make sure that we don't have any additional permission. First of all, in the Lakehouse, I don't want to see any warehouse 01, which I'm still not seeing here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back. I can showcase you that yes, I still have the read permission here on this works. I still have the read permission on this semantic data model. And if I go to the workspace 01GA fabric, there this user still don't have a permission. The workspace report, the workspace 01 report having this user as a viewer. Now the setup is same, but make that report to work, which was not working previously. So I'll tell you what I've done, these steps, and you can revert those. This could be just because of some ongoing issue as of now. Ideally, that setup should have worked, but this is the next step which we're supposed to do, and that's the step which I wanted to do. Now I want to apply the RLS, and then I'm going to get the restricted data for that particular user, the new user which I have. Now the user doesn't have access to the lake house or the warehouse as of now. It only have the access to this particular workspace. I want to secure the data. I already have the setup for that. So I go to 01ZA fabric and open this model, RLS model. And in this RLS model, I will go ahead and open the data model. Once I open the data model, I'll click on manage rules. In the middle of the screen, there is an option for manage role, and this is how you create the roles in Power BI also. Click on new and call this as RLS. And here I'll use new email equals, and then I'll use the switch to default editor button, and I'll use here user principal name function, and I'll say save now. So I have saved this RLS role now, and let me close this. So RLS role has been created. Once a role has been created in Power BI, what you have to do is or in the Fabric world, in the semantic models, the custom semantic model, what you have to do is you have to go back to your workspace, go to that particular semantic model where the role has been created, click on the three dots and go to the security. Now once you go to the security, you have to add the user. So I'm going to add my other user which I have secured, and let me click on the save. Now if you remember the last time when I seen the report, it was showing the complete data. Let me go and jump back onto that particular user. Now I'm back on that user, and let me open this report RLS, and as you can see it is showing the complete data. Still is coming from the cache, but let me press a refresh on this. Now you can only see 5 brands. Now once the data has been refreshed, you can see it is showing the 5 brands. It has been restricted by RLS. Now what happened initially, this was not working, so I applied this RLS and I reverted it. I'll show you how I done it. So I went back there, in fact, and I removed this particular user from the RLS, save. So I removed this user, then I went back to my GA10 fabric. I went to the model, I opened the model, I opened the manage roles, and I deleted this role also, and I saved it. Then I went back to this report and I use refresh. So let me close this report and open it again. As you can see, it's giving the complete data. So what happens now, RLS is not applied. You're able to see all the brands, but when I applied the RLS, you're only able to see 5 brands because this particular user have access to only 5 brands. So in this manner, you can use RLS. Now what happens in this method is, if you see, there's no workspace access. There is no access to the warehouse. We cannot use the warehouse using the SQL endpoint. So our data has been shared in a secure manner. You can go ahead and try this out, and do let me know what else you want me to cover in this particular series. Thanks for watching this particular video. Thank you.